about midway through the hip. I've had the time lapse set up here for excavating this transition, but I have stopped putting that dirt on the lip and I've been putting it on the landing because I want to see how big I can get the landing and how deep I can get the transition for the lip and have it be possibly stepped up a little. It's also going to be sloped to the top, so the inside closer distance, this will be about 13 feet, will be lower, easier, and then you can go outside, go about 16 feet, and we'll see how high I can get it. I'm taking all the dirt from the transition before it. It's getting pretty big. What I think I'm going to do is just keep the time lapse on the transition so you can watch it get deeper and the lip therefore grow. And then when I get as deep as I can for that, I will move the camera down here and show adding more dirt to this landing. I'll probably start a dirt mine somewhere in here. All this is pretty far away from all these trees, so it should be pretty good. So yeah, I'll get back to it. Alright, I got this landing where I want it. All I have left to do is pack it, and I'm going to carve down at the base here. So it continues a little bit down to where it's flat bottom, and then proceed on with the little skipper jump into the beginning of the long snake run of shark fins. It seems like I've got a lot of dirt left I can take out of this transition for the lip. I'm not hitting any roots yet, so I'm going to keep going with that. And the dirt, I'm going to build up the run-in a little more. I'm not really happy with how it's just a straight shot with these kind of mellow rollers. It just feels a little unnatural breaking into this. So I think I'm going to make it a little bit of a like a slash, a left, right, left into this. And I kind of did a test run. You can see my tire marks. I kind of slashed my way down. So I'm going to build up into that and make these rollers peakier and banked. That should feel a little more natural for the speed you need to scrub coming into this. So I think I'll set up the time lapse right here and show that process. Alright, finished up this transition, and didn't go quite as deep as I wanted, but started getting a lot of rocks and about to hit some big roots here, so that looks pretty good. Nice slight hip with a banked lip and landing. And so now we're going to go on and rake and pack the landing, which is looking really good. A lot of room on that for that fairly short lip. All right, so I was going to just keep moving on and keep building down the trail, but I had so much dirt coming out of that transition that I decided to turn this straight line into a little bit of a swerve chicane. It just feels a lot better when you need to scrub speed to do it, you know, over rollers or through turns or a combination of both, rather than just in a straight line when you're headed for a lip. So I got this shark fin here landing, and I might add some more dirt to the outside of this landing from the shark fin. You got a little bank here to an opposite bank, and then an opposite banked roller, and this feels a lot better coming into this jump where you need to scrub some speed. Where my only reasonable option to build here was this straight line. Each other line here has either a bunch of massive fallen trees that head into a big cluster of trees, which would have a lot of roots, and same with here, a lot of cluster of trees. So to be able to keep building in a reasonable amount of time, the way I build away from tree roots, this was the only line, and I think it feels pretty good. I've test ridden it a couple times. And now this lip is done, and it's time to move on to raking and packing the landing and building this transition to the skipper jump to a big left hand to start the slalom down the steep final portion of the trail. So we'll do that in the next one.